Well, hey there, Bob. How are you feeling this fine day? Well, I hope that you're feeling blessed and highly favored because you are. You are blessed and highly favored. Listen, wanted to do something a little different today. Normally I get on here and shout about what's wrong and what they're doing wrong and all that kind of stuff. But instead today I wanted to reach out to you, Bob, and focus on what we're doing, because at the end of the day, that's life, right? It's important that we focus on what we're doing and not so much on what they're doing. Because a lot of the times, if what you're doing is right, it can alleviate a lot of the pressure from what they're doing wrong. But nevertheless, I wanted to talk to you about us. So, I started running for Congress for a simple reason. And that is because we set out with the goal to eliminate poverty in District 30. So what does that look like? Because you can't simply throw money at a problem and think you've solved it. You got to really dig deep down into the pain points, because everyone who lives in poverty is there for a different reason. So you got to dig down into their individual pain points to find the issues that might have led them to be in that particular situation. And when I say we want to end poverty and bring people out of poverty, that's simply saying that everybody that's living below that poverty line, we want to bring them up to and beyond. It's a complicated process, I know, darn near impossible. But just because things are impossible don't mean they're not important, and don't mean that we can't do it. So we want to end poverty. And we want to do it by addressing key issues. Case in point, Bob, listen. I'm not going to use a real name, but there's a lady who was born into a family that was living below the poverty line. And I say family, but it was just a couple of siblings and her mom. And her mom had boyfriends. These boyfriends would come into their home and sometimes molest Mary. Did I say Mary? I think that's the name I gave to her. So Mary, at a very young age. So Mary grew up victim of these sexual assaults, experiencing, one might say, PTSD and a lot of other diagnosable issues. It's not my job, but I'm just guessing. So she had to deal with a lot of mental anguish as a result of physical abuse that eventually led to drug abuse. So in her teens, she was addicted to all kinds of stuff. Well, she got off, had a couple of babies, had a boyfriend. The boyfriend had a felony record because he was picked up in a police raid, thrown in jail. He wasn't guilty of anything. He was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. And he was in jail for several weeks waiting on bond or whatever. I don't know. But all the while, he was unable to work and needed to make money. So the prosecutors offered him a choice: either cop a plea, you'll be released, or, stay in jail and go to trial and hope everything works out for the best for you. So he decided, you know what, things are not going to work out well if I got to stay in here and trust a public attorney to do me right. So he took the plea. Remember, not guilty, but he took the plea. So now he has a felony on his record, drug-related felony. So he goes back home to live with his girlfriend, Mary. The landlord finds out he's there and he has a record. Guess what happens? Not only does he get kicked out, but so does Mary, because these landlords won't allow for people with felony records, or even people who associate with people with felony records, to live on their property. So now Mary, 2 kids, and boyfriend are all homeless. So what I just described that led to this homeless situation for Mary, her kids, and her boyfriend are several issues. One, medical help for people in need who are going through issues that cause mental, I don't know what the proper word is, but mental dysfunctions, I don't know. An issue wrapped up in there is the criminal justice system that forces young men and women in our community and in others into prisons and into the prison system. Just because you're not physically in prison, you can still be imprisoned. So the felony thing. Another issue is the affordable housing thing. So those are just 3 issues: health, criminal justice, affordable housing. 3 issues that need to be addressed when we really take time and commit to getting people out of poverty. Because generally they don't get there because they want to be there. They get there because, I didn't even mention education. So many factors, so many issues. But they get there because these systems are cages that are designed to keep us inside. I know some birds fly free, but just because the door is open to the cage and some birds get out, the birds that remain are our focus. I don't care about the birds or the fact that they choose to stay where they are. I care about the cages that are there that need to go. So y'all, guess what? We're tearing down those cages, one wire at a time. Join us, because we're committed to the fight. Are you? See you later, Bob.